All right, folks, we're going to take a look at the Milwaukee steel tool cart. All right. Um, Available Home Depot, a lot of other online retailers, right? Again, the MSRP of this is $3.99. I've talked to somebody from Milwaukee. They don't really have a clue why it's still $4.88. Again, it's something that we're going to have to keep an eye on. When it first debuted, this was $3.99, right, for probably the first 2 or 3 months. Then it had a weird price jump, and I think that's what's kind of affecting the overall excitement about this tool cart, right? Because it is a really well-made tool cart. Obviously, for $400, I mean, at $400, listen, if you're looking for something that's well-made, right? If you're a Milwaukee fan, right? That has a lot of cool little accessories to it. I mean, it's not really, I don't want to say overpriced. I mean, if you compare it to the U.S. General, everything at Harbor Freight is going to be cheaper, right? So, but if you compare it to some other tool carts, whether, the Cobalt was $349, that did come with a 141 piece mechanics tool set. But if you look at some other companies that are not U.S. General or Harbor Freight, Milwaukee, Snap-on, Madco, a lot of other companies make these also. But that's who you should kind of be comparing the price point of this tool cart to. Now, hey, I'm all about deals, right? That's what this whole channel is about. So when you kind of see that U.S. General, for $189 when it's on sale. Now remember, it's $229. At $229 and this at $399. I mean, again, it matters what you want. But that's just the pricing point of it. Because I think, someone said it best. This at $299, they would buy every single one of them. All right, now I don't know if I'll ever go that low. I have a feeling it might hit $349, but I have no idea what they do with the pricing. But I think Milwaukee would sell a lot of these at the $349 and $299 price point. But going over the tool cart itself, guys, it's really, really well built, guys. You kind of see me, comparing it to the U.S. General, where you can kind of bend the metal on that top shelf. I mean, you couldn't bend this if you tried. Everything is bolted in with screws. You got these rubber over moldings that they've put on all their new tool cabinets, tool chests and stuff. You got 2 nice shelves here, and remember, everything here comes with it. Again, with the U.S. General, I don't know why I'm comparing it to this, but that's kind of what we're doing, because that's really something that I featured a lot, I've talked about. So I don't want to just ignore the fact that there's a pretty nice tool cart out there from U.S. General. But again, got to try to compare this to the other manufacturers, right? Milwaukee's really not in U.S. General's category, all right? But you got the great casters, guys. Now, the one thing I will say, and I did talk about this in other videos, is I wish they would have had 4 swivel wheels. It's really hard to kind of fit this into tight spots. You actually have to end up lifting this up and kind of moving it by hand, lifting these 2 wheels off the ground to kind of get it where you want it to get. If it had 4 swivel wheels, you wouldn't have to worry about that. But this is really not unlike any other tool carts. Usually you have 2 swivel and 2 stationary wheels. That's just the way it is. But these are built like a brick. You know what? All right, really well made. Again, you got 2 grease nipples on here. All right, the stationary ones, you have 1, so these can be greased. You got 2 grease points. I talked about the shelves real quick. I kind of just rolled this out of here, but you got 2 shelves. You got 4 plugs, AC plugs, and you got 2 USBs. All right. I have a little level there, and again, this comes with a paper roll holder. Again, you kind of have to buy that with the U.S. General. Not that it's a lot of money, but you can either use this or not use this. That's totally up to you. you know, you can take this off and you'll have more room. I just have it here kind of for the video. This is just a Milwaukee bag. You can kind of hang stuff off of it. Here's another shelf. Again, you got your nice rubber, I guess we'll call them rubber protectors, right? I don't know what they call them officially. But you got these 2 cups here. Again, you can kind of put, you know, maybe your Milwaukee ink saws or whatever you want to put, you know, screwdrivers, you know, wrenches. I just got some stuff in here for some staining. But I have this cart really set up for the automotive stuff, right? For I wish I could somehow get my automotive light on here. I tried kind of stretching out. It just won't fit. So I might make something for that. But I have this basically for my automotive stuff. When I do oil changes, tune-ups, brakes, and stuff, I kind of have everything I kind of need. I got the rigid compressor here, you know, put air in the tires, stuff like that. I got my big monster Milwaukee high torque impact wrench down at the bottom. Got some other stuff in here. I kind of went over this in another video. Got the Porter cable nailer here just for the compressor, but you know, again, really set up for the automotive. Again, you got this locking lower drawer, all right, can withstand a lot of weight, all right. And I think they really made this for the pack out. You kind of heard me talk about it before. They don't say anything, but I think that's kind of why they maybe didn't have a couple more drawers with this unit. I think they maybe kind of want you to use your pack outs for storage. Again, that's just my guess. I know a lot of you guys would rather have another drawer, but you do have one drawer, and the main drawer, you know, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not the deepest, and it's not, you can't fit too much stuff in it. All right. Again, this is all kind of shaken up, but you do have 2 locks on it. I just, again, have a lot of automotive stuff in here that I have it set up for. But got my Octane mid-torque impact wrench here. Again, compressor. I just have that there. I need a light. Some bits I got. And you got these 3 little compartments here. Got my Harbor Freight Pittsburgh ratchet in there. All right, got my Milwaukee. I got some more sockets, some trinks and trinkets. I got my knife, some safety glasses here, just some more stuff. You know, I got some nut drivers. You got these screwdriver holders here. All right, I've been using these a lot, and they're red, so they look kind of cool. But you can put whatever you want in here. You have this folding little table in the back. You guys have seen this. You know, if you're kind of working, you could put your wrenches, you know, your oils, whatever you're doing an oil change, you know, kind of have your oil filter, everything you need up here, your oil filter wrench, whatever, if you're using it for automotive, you know, whatever you want to put up here. Maybe you don't want it here, or this is all full. You can always use this. If you're not using it, you just lift up and it folds down. All right. Again, really thick steel here. It is the best made tool cart that I've seen. Now, I'm not comparing it to some of the Snap-ons and the Matco carts. I really, you know, you can't really walk into a Home Depot and find a Snap-on tool cart. But again, I think with all the features it has, again, you have a lot of room. I mean, I didn't want to overfill this, but obviously it's going to be filled with a lot more stuff. I actually took some stuff off just because I didn't want to be like, bah. I wanted you to see how much room you kind of have here. All right, but you know, you can load a lot more stuff in these compartments. So you got 3 of them. You got a screwdriver area. You know, we talked about the 2 little cups, and you can take these out or remove them if you want. If you don't want them, maybe you want to put them somewhere else. Or if you're using whatever you have in here, maybe you got some wrenches or some screwdrivers, you know, you could put them on that folding table there and then put them back when you're done. All right. You know, you got a lot of room on here. This is the best wax, well, polisher you can get. Norton. It's not cheap, but let me tell you, it'll buff anything out. Liquid Ice by Norton. Big fan. Like I said, these 2 drawers do lock. They come with keys. You know, it's really all about, listen, you're a Milwaukee fan, right? You want something that's well made. I don't think a $3.99 price point is crazy, but $349 and definitely a $299. I think, once people get this, I had my man Sam, and you guys know him because he comments all the time. He was a big proponent of this, like non-proponent. He's a big U.S. General fan. He's got some Husky cabinets and chests also. And he's like, I don't know, for $399, I bet you the U.S. General's even made better. Come 2 or 3 weeks later, he found one of these on Craigslist. I think he paid either $150 or $199. I can't quite remember. I actually put a picture up on Instagram. But later that night, he goes, I want to apologize to you. The Milwaukee is 20 times better made than the U.S. General. And I would spend $400 on it in a hot second. So, I think Milwaukee needs to get this into the Home Depot. All right, if they kind of really want to at least get some commotion about it. Because once you kind of see it, and I got to see this at the MPS 19, guys. And when I saw it there, I was, I did a good 30-minute video on it, and we went over everything. And I'll probably link that video up here. But, the quality of it, but it might not have everything you need. If you need a lot of drawers, obviously you really have one drawer here. They count it as a 2-drawer, but this is more, again, I think this is really designed for their pack out. Now, hopefully they'll come out with some pack out drawer units. That would be big for this tool cart, right? You can kind of pull it out, and if you have pack outs with the drawers, you can have some more, ratchets, sockets, and wrenches in at least one of your pack. To get out of here, it pulls out plenty far enough, and it's big, as you can see. I got the small pack out box with the aluminum supports with, a compressor here. So you can fit a lot of stuff on the bottom here. But all in all, guys, it's up to you, right? Again, I think it's really, but we have to remember too, guys, it's $488 right now. Not really sure what's going on with that. I wish I had an answer to that. That is what's kind of rubbing people, for $500, guys, for a tool cart, right? You can kind of step up to their, we just saw it the other day, I think it's their 46-inch cabinet and chest for $599. So for $100 more, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but, and you know what the thing is too, guys, for tool carts, again, people and myself, because, when we talk about these, we're talking about the ones that you can get easily, right? You go into Harbor Freight, you go into Lowe's where they have the Cobalt, you go into Harbor Freight where they have the U.S. General. Again, we're comparing this to the U.S. General. I think if we don't do that, I don't think we'd have a lot of the commotion we have about the expensive cost of this. Because again, I keep saying $399, even though it's really not. It's $488. But again, according to Milwaukee, this has a $399 MSRP. I really should check and see if Acme Tools, CPO, Tool Barn, if they're selling this, what their price is. But again, if you can get this for $349, you have to really see it in person to really see how well built it is and all the cool little features it kind of has. Again, it's going to be up to you, the buyer, to see if you want to spend, $400 to $350 on it. But, that's, the consumer is going to dictate what they're willing to pay for this, right? And I already got a lot of comments. Oh, $299, I'd buy it in a second. And that's without them even seeing it. And that's just because it's red and says Milwaukee. But again, if you kind of, see it in person, I think you would really respect the build quality of this Milwaukee tool cart. All right, we'll leave it at that. I do have a couple other videos on this. I'll try to link up, going over it more in depth. But again, in these drawers, you can fit all of Milwaukee's ratchets and sockets in here perfectly. All right, I'm kind of on a tilt here, so I can't even like hold this open. But, or I mean, let go of this, or it'll close. But as you know, the sockets and the wrenches have a removable tray. In the video that we talked about from the MPS 19, they fit in here like a glove. All right, so it's if you're into their ratchets and sockets, you can fit everything in this drawer here. But it's a great first edition. Now, I don't know if they're going to be making other, tool carts down the road. We'll have to see. But, this is a one drawer. Maybe the next one, they'll have an extra drawer. Maybe they'll remove that for people who don't really need this bottom drawer, right? And maybe give you 2 more drawers up top. We'll have to see. But all in all, great made tool cart, folks. Catch you.